Sit up here, Blue. You know, I've been telling a few of my friends about you.
Yeah?
Well, with you being our first patient and all, you're something of a celebrity. Your name's easy to remember. But blue's your favorite color, isn't it?
But blue's all right. I like red, purple.
Purple? Well, just goes to show you how wrong a guy can be, jumping into conclusions.
Yeah.
Well, now let's take a closer look at that lesion, huh?
Don't know what could be keeping them.
Ben said early afternoon. That could be as late as 3 o'clock.
I have been praying for this day for 3 months.
Me too. Lori coming back to Kingsley could bring back some bad memories. I hope Ben doesn't take her past that Monroe continuation school.
So do I. Though the way she blocked that incident out of her mind, I wonder if it would make any difference.
Yeah. Mom, you think she's going to be safe?
As long as she stays with us, nobody's going to bother her.
She can't stay here forever. Can't help but wonder if that creep is still out there somewhere.
Look, I just can't deal with that question right now.
Sorry, you're right.
To tell you the truth, that has been on my mind just as much as it's been on yours. You know, God said he would never let us go beyond our limits. But the only problem is you don't know what your limits are until you've been tried and tested. I just hope Lori's time of testing is over.
Yeah, for Lori's sake. Hey.
What?
All right.
Okay. Lori, welcome home.
There, that'll do it. I know it stings a little bit, but you can see the good it's doing.
It's gotten a lot better since the first time I came. Do I have to come back again?
Well, only a few more times, after the new year.
Oh.
Well, you don't want it to
okay.
get reinfected again, do you? Besides, what's wrong with visiting? You said yourself it's free.
It's just that I don't like doctors.
Well, not many people do. I guess we kind of make them uptight.
No, you're okay. I trust you. It's just that I'm really busy.
Oh, what do you do?
I work with my friend Lance.
Really? In what business?
Business. Photography.
Oh, that's wonderful. Are you this Lance's assistant?
Yeah, that's what I do. I help him out.
Is that where you met your girlfriend?
Girlfriend?
Well, the one you said you had the fight with. Was she a model for Lance or something?
No. She was not a model, but she was pretty enough to be one. I don't mix girlfriends with business.
Well, that's smart. Are you still dating this girl?
No, I dumped her.
Oh, so you're going to be spending the Christmas holiday without female companionship? Huh?
No, I got a new girlfriend. She's blonde, lots of money. I'm not going to let her go.
We keep her under lock and key, huh?
What?
Well, now here's our new phone. I want you to call in about a week to make an appointment, all right?
I tell you why they call me Blue if you really want to know.
Yes, I would.
I grew up in a lot of homes, you know, like
Foster homes.
yeah. And when I was a little boy, I was in a small home with 8 other little boys, and everybody's bed was a different color, and mine was.
And yours was blue.
Yeah. And my toothbrush and my locker and my seat at the dinner table. And nobody knew my first names, so they said, hey, Blue, get over here. Hey, Blue, knock it off. Yeah.
Blue?
I want you to have a very, very Merry Christmas.
And a happy New Year. You're all right for a doctor.
Well, how's it feel to be home, huh?
Real good.
I'm glad you're here. Hey, you know what? I think I have some of your old teachers. I could use some help on how to handle them.
Well, let her sit down first, Peter.
Well, so how's school going?
It's okay. Yeah, it's a lot easier than I thought.
Lori, what can I get you to drink?
Oh, I don't know. Some hot chocolate.
Hey, that sounds good for me, too.
Peter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, before I settle in, I'll take the suitcases upstairs.
You need some help?
No, you just stay here and get reacquainted with your beautiful sister.
Hey, sis. Yeah, like I say, school, it's going fine. I'm working at Prescott Development.
Yeah, Mom said something about that. I'm not sure, I think.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah. It's no biggie. I do get to see Mary Ann Prescott a lot, though. You remember her, right?
Yes, Peter. The name sounds familiar.
That was stupid.
It's okay, don't worry about it.
No, I'm sorry. It was stupid. I'm sorry. I don't know what to say.
You know, everybody's working so hard to act naturally, and maybe that's the reason everything seems so unnatural.
Yeah. Well, that'll settle down, I'm sure, you know. Hey, I have a Professor Landon, for comp.
I had him.
Yeah, I know. He tells me that all the time. Tells me how good a student you were. Talk about a burden of expectation.
Well, you two all caught up?
Yeah, I was just telling Lori how her academic reputation follows me from class to class.
Well, she graduated with honors.
6th in her class.
You know, I still remember the nights when she used to turn me down for dates because she was busy finishing some term paper. Hey, how's it feel to be home?
I just wish everybody would stop asking me that.
I'm
Well,
sorry.
I could have gone the instant route with powder and hot tap water.
Oh, yeah? But you went naturally, huh?
Meaning we're going to have to wait. 20th century technology has spoiled my son.
Well, if we're going to have to wait, I guess I can go up and start unpacking the suitcases.
Oh, say, I cleaned out that dresser in Lori's bedroom. There should be enough room.
Always one step ahead. Call me when the chocolate's ready, okay?
Scooch over, Peter.
Mom, you look pretty.
Well, thanks, honey. Well, so how's it feel to be back home?
This is Mr. Carpenter's first day out of hospital. No smoking, no drinking, and please don't stay too long.
Hello, Harold. Is it okay if I shake his hand, or should I wash up first?
Mr. Carpenter, I'm fixing you a late lunch. It'll be ready in less than 20 minutes. Please keep the visit short.
Who in the world is that?
That is Mrs. Lucas, my private nurse. She seems to be efficient, and that's all I care about. Come on, sit down, sit down.
Yeah.
Oh, Harold, I can't tell you how good it is to be out of that hospital.
Yeah. Be it ever so humble.
Well, I'm not just talking about being here as much as leaving there. Actually, however, this whole living room depresses me. It's just not the same without Nancy.
Neither is Uganda without Idi Amin. Charles, you don't really miss her, do you?
No, not really, but it's amazing how difficult it is to be without someone that you've been used to, even if she is bad for your health.
Well, you got over Helen pretty quick.
Maybe, but I still think a lot about that contested divorce.
I got that all taken care of. You will be officially free from her end of January.
Yes, and she leaves, taking half of my possessions with her.
And leaving you a very wealthy man. And if you don't like this place, why don't you just sell it?
Well, maybe I can, but I just don't want to think about that now, not with Miriam still missing.
Yeah. That reminds me, I stopped by Steve Vance, asked him to check it out. He's gonna let me know, and I'll let you know what he tells me.
Anything from Brubaker?
No, I haven't talked to him. But I did tell him to contact me when he found out anything.
Hollister Mall is thriving. I'm home from the hospital, and still I don't have any time to rest.
You better rest, Charles. Besides, you can't do anything about it now anyway.
I know, that's what unnerves me. Mrs. Lucas, will you please answer that?
Yes, sir.
I mean it, Charles. If for no other reason than for your health and that commandant in the kitchen there, you better take it easy.
Could you say that if it was your daughter?
I don't know. Maybe not. But it would still be what I'd need to hear.
Mr. Carpenter, there's a gentleman on the phone who'd like to talk with you.
I am not taking any calls, Mrs. Lucas, and those were your orders.
Yes, sir. But he assured me this is one call you can't afford to miss.
Hello?
Charles Carpenter?
Yes? Who is this?
We've got your daughter.
Charles?
I'll take the call, Mrs. Lucas.
Yes, sir.
Is she all right?
So far, and if you want to keep her that way, you'll listen up, right?
If you lay a hand on
Save
her...
it, Carpenter. Save the heroics. Now, I'm going to tell you this one time and one time only. We want $400,000. Don't tell me you can't raise it, because we know all about you. And no police. You got that?
Understood. Now, don't hang up. I want to talk to you.
What'd they say?
The ransom is $400,000. But Miriam is alive.
I'm calling Brubaker.
No. No police. We do just exactly what they say.
Now, Charles, you got to be reasonable about this. The story about the kidnapping's been in the newspapers for weeks now. How do you know this isn't some crackpot trying to take advantage of you?
I don't know that, but neither do the police. He may call back.
Charles, you can't keep this from the authorities.
I can, and you will.
You're begging for trouble.
I am begging for my daughter's life. You just finished telling me a moment ago that I was helpless. Now I'm not. I know she's alive.
No. Charles, you don't know that.
Don't you think it's rather significant that after a long stay in a hospital, I'm home for very little more than 30 minutes and I get this call? No, Harold. They know who I am and where I am. And you will not tell anyone about the call.
All right, Charles.
Why do you always do that?
Do what?
Every time you do something half right, you give me that stupid, aren't I impressive grin.
I'm just happy things are moving okay.
Yeah, well, just remember, calling Carpenter was the first step. You know, I never went in for kidnapping before. Sometimes the risks outweigh the benefits.
What is this, cold feet?
No, I'm just facing some facts and thinking ahead. I mean, squeezing the money from Carpenter's got me thinking about the next step after we collect.
Killer.
You never thought otherwise, did you, Lance?
No, I know she doesn't know you, just me and Blue. But that's enough. I mean, if she can identify me, that's enough.
Then again, if the prince moves me on to bigger and better things, Miriam fingering you wouldn't be such a great loss.
You wouldn't be that reckless.
Being reckless is a relative term, Lance, defined only by the range of options given at any time. I'm just thinking out loud, Lance. I was just doing what I could to wipe that silly smirk off of your face.
I'll get it.
No, I'll get it. I know who that is. I want you to get out of here, and I want you to go to the kitchen. And by the way, what you just heard is 3 knocks from the prince. Everyone else from now on uses the buzzer next to my door, including you, and I'll get lost. Hello, Vince. Come on in.
I heard you talking to somebody.
Yeah, that was Lance. He was giving me a hard time, so I just had to let him know who was boss.
Well, I hope you enjoyed yourself while it lasted. Because I'm here now.
Something wrong?
We'll see. I want to talk to you about my son and a woman named Miriam Mason.
Hey, this room's got a lot of wonderful memories, doesn't it?
Yes. It's changed a little bit, though. I wonder if this... Here it is.
Oh, no.
Dad gave this to me when I was born.
Of course, he thought we'd have a boy.
And when I found out about that, I was about 4 years old and I cried for days. I didn't think Daddy wanted me.
That was when she got a bike and a doll's house out of him.
But I kept the baseball, too. I wanted Daddy to know that I forgave him for his error in judgment. And that's another thing this room reminds me of. It's the talk I had with Daddy here, right before the wedding. He was proud of me that day.
Lori, he was proud of you the day he bought you the baseball.
Until last New Year's Eve.
I think I'll take the suitcase downstairs. Maybe fix myself something to eat.
I thought we already talked about your son.
Well, we didn't settle anything. What's wrong with you?
I'm sorry, Vince, but you keep telling me how you've been cultivating honest investments. But you don't even carry enough weight in the legitimate world to employ your own flesh and blood.
Flesh and blood is exactly the reason why I can't help Russ. It's tedious enough working with partners who are just barely aware of my other activities. Mention bringing my own son onto payroll and they almost pass out.
And you can't override them.
That's what you'd do, right?
You told me that you own 51% of the Hollister Mall. Now, that being the case, I wouldn't care if my partners dropped dead.
My partners happen to manage the day-to-day operations of my investment. See, one day you're going to learn that being in charge doesn't make you self-sufficient.
All right, look. Don't take it out on me. Your son's the one who's out of a job, right?
Not for long.
Meaning?
I just may bring him aboard.
Whose ship?
I own the whole fleet.
Oh, come
don't I?
on, Vince. A couple of weeks ago, you talked a whole dinner about how Russ won't soil his hands in this kind of racket.
Well, since then, he's indicated a change of heart.
Oh, I suppose that all this has something to do with me.
Yeah, you're gonna supervise him. Hey, what's the matter, Ronnie, baby? You got something to hide that you don't want the boss's son hanging around?
Outside of my workers and my woman, I don't want anyone hanging around, much less some greenhorn preppy who's riding on his father's trench coats. What you're doing is worse than nepotism. It's outright sloppy, Vince.
Look, if I decide that Russ joins the ranks, you don't have anything to say about it. Now, I didn't come here to debate with you about this. Tell me what you know about Miriam Mason.
Let's see. That's your sister-in-law, right? She'd like a job too, huh?
You never heard about her?
No.
And it's been in all the papers. She's been snatched. She happens to be the daughter of Charles Carpenter, one of my partners in Hollister Mall. Now, I know that you've got enough sense not to try anything as haphazard as a kidnapping, but I thought you just possibly could have heard something.
I don't know anything about it.
Not even a lead?
Well, look, if you want, I can give you 40 names of people out
I'm not interested in the lowlifes. Everything I've read and from what I hear about this looks like a professional job. And I just know that the professionals are pretty exclusive in this town. You know that, too. I thought you might have seen, heard, talked to someone who may know something.
Believe me, Vince, this is the first I've heard of it.
And I believe you, Ronnie. I also believe you'd let me know if you did hear anything, right?
Mom, I really want you to know something. And it's going to be hard for me to say. And even harder for me to show. But I want you to know that I realize that a year ago this time Dad was killed. And I want you to know that it's on my mind as much as it's on yours.
Lori, please don't worry about that.
I don't want to worry about it. I want to comfort you and cheer you up. And I want to take your mind off of it. And I know that I should, and I probably won't be able to.
Lori, just having you here is comfort enough. There is enough love in this house to cover any tragedy. Let's not think about what we've lost. Let's think about what we have.